Hi guys, we're gonna switch things up tonight because I know I just did 2 videos on this motor, and tonight what we're gonna do, since I have a run out in Indiana this weekend, I gotta go pick up a customer truck. I told you guys that we were gonna do the rails on Bertha. They finally came in today, so I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna... The rails came in and these guys came in here. Now, on top of doing these rails, I have to get rid of this, but at the same time, I have new cab lights on order because you guys can see I'm having issues with this one here going out, and all 4 of those work, and I haven't had them for very long. I do have a link in them for the description, but Boost Auto is going to be sending me out some switchback cab lights, and we're going to get rid of this completely because I don't want to have any issues with cops saying, hey, this is a problem. So we're going to be replacing that with emergency lighting in the grill. But if you guys don't know, we have the Dakota out here as well. We just got the new headlights in today. I'm going to be doing a video on that for my wife. We got new headlights, LED bulbs, LED switchbacks, and LED bulbs for the fog lights. Those will all be here tomorrow, but the headlights came today, so we're not going to do this now. Now, I'm trying to do this as kind of like every time something breaks on this thing, I'm trying to do upgrades for my wife because she absolutely loves this thing. I've been driving this around a lot more than she has. But if you guys don't know, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little update on the wife situation. For the guys that do know, she just went out and had a hysterectomy on the 8th of February because she did have cancer in her uterus. So everything has been good. We have a couple more weeks of a healing process left on that one. So everything has been fine, no issues thus far. I know she's been updating people on Facebook, and I know some people on Instagram know, so I figure I'll give you an update here. But as she's getting better and whatnot, I kind of want to surprise her with some of the stuff on that because you guys, obviously I'll do a video on it, but you guys can see we have, this is what it looks like before. And those headlights always felt like high beams. Now she needs a inspection this month, but the big problem is when you turn the high beams on, you lose the headlights. So there is no high beams on the truck. So I'm gonna surprise her with that coming up, and we'll do a whole dedicated video on it. But I told you guys we are going to do the rails as far back as possible. So what I want to do is push them just far enough back that this will still open. So we're probably going to do it right here, and I need to make sure it's going to clear that. So we're probably going to do it like right halfway behind. I was thinking about having it along here, but I don't think that's going to work out. So let's go get these rails out of the back of the truck and start measuring things up to do some of that. Also, real quick update. I've got a ton of stuff in for Bertha to be running. I know some of this stuff might be a little boring. I'm gonna try to get through it as quick as possible, but I have plenty of local stuff set up for Bertha, and unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, first of all, the hot shot stuff is a lot easier money, a lot more money, and it's just super consistent with that. And you guys seem to love it. My views went from 50,000 this month up to 100,000. We just crossed that the other day, which is absolutely insane. So I'm gonna try to kind of prove to people that the channel isn't dead, and we're gonna try to blow that shit up. So what I'm gonna be doing with the shop, since I've only been running nights, we're gonna be making this more of an exclusive thing. So like only a certain type of customer is gonna be working out. Like projects like this, he's a special customer that I work on a lot of his stuff. But from now on, I want to get customers that are all gonna be like, when we're gonna do stuff like this, I want all new stuff, I want everything correct. The downside to things like this, I'm gonna let it slide with him because he's a good customer of mine and I'm really close with him. But we're pretty much just gonna have to slap everything back on together like this. I would like to take this to the car wash, but unfortunately with that being like that, we do not have the time to take it to the machine shop to have them do it. And for drilling that out, I was told just throw everything back on. It's not gonna be a problem. It's just one of those, I don't like it for my business. It doesn't look good for me, but it is what it is. So when we throw this back in, it'll be the way it is. It's gonna get thrown in pretty much just like this, and then we're gonna do the front seal while it's in, unless it comes soon enough. I think it's supposed to be here today, so I mean, we'll see. But enough of that. Just try to give you guys an update there. It's been like 5 minutes since I started this clip, so let's get into the video because I kind of fucked up making this that long. All right, guys, we got super lucky. These rails actually fit on the inside. I was thinking that they were going to come out far enough, so it's been a long time since I've had rails, but they fit on the inside of this. I don't have to cut anything off the end. So I'm going to get these rails installed. Like I said, we're going to install right behind where the gooseneck hitch is, and then wherever this one ends up, because they're supposed to be like way up under here. All right, this is about where we're at. We got the first one mounted from the center hole, and the second one mounted with the center hole. This hole to that hole, and that hole to that hole is 22 inches. Same with all these. So from center of this hole to center of this hole, 22. So this was as far back as I could get it, which it actually worked out perfectly. Because if we were to bring it back anymore, it would hit the gooseneck. So I was thinking that it was going to land like right about here. So it actually came out a lot better than I thought it was. I thought I was going to have to cut ends off. I forgot how long these things were. They're not actually super long, which is great, from here and side to side. So what I'm going to start doing now is start mocking up the brackets to go on the frame. Make sure they're all squared up before we start drilling more holes. I did fuck up once. When I was measuring, I was going from the end to the close end and realized I fucked up. I already had the holes drilled, so I had to bring it back. Unfortunately, that hole there and that hole there, that one hits the gooseneck hitch on the bottom, so we're not going to use it. And that one hits the little channel that's under there, so we're not going to use that one either, which the destructions over there do say that you just need to put at least one center bolt in, so that's fine. We have the little guy up underneath there, the little spacer, so that's perfect, and it doesn't get in the way of the gooseneck hitch, so I will never need to buy an actual gooseneck. So as long as I run that little guy there, everything clears. What I will do eventually is bring some brackets out to weld this to the skid. So if I ever go to throw this on a truck again, everything's perfect. So the fifth wheel will be able to come out and unbolt. I just need to go get one of them. Rather than buy a new, I'm just going to go ahead and get on Marketplace. But this is where we're at. I had to put those there so that it wasn't like, those are keeping it from like twisting front and back. But everything is good now. And the nice thing is, even if I'm off a smidgen, all I got to do is loosen up all the bolts, which obviously they're lined up. It's exactly 22 from the back hole to all the way to the back. So it's 22 inches on the dot. But again, worst case scenario, it's not. And there's enough leeway and play in these that we can tighten up the clearances and whatnot. So I'm going to keep going at it. We got 4 brackets somewhere. I don't know where I put them. I thought I put them over there, but I'll have to look for them and figure out. I did pull the toolbox out. It's sitting right up here. All it is this little thing right here, and it's ratchet strapped in. It hits both the corners. So other than that, we're doing pretty good. So let's keep going at it, and I'll show you guys where we're at in a little. All right, we got the first rail on, the first bracket. So they give you them little fishy things so you can fish them through the frame. So that's number one. I know potentially over here, yeah, these are gonna have to go on the inside. Yeah, this bed's definitely shot. Guys, keep in mind too, this is not a permanent truck in my life. I did just find that motherfucker right there. More speed holes, but you know what? That's why we're doing this. So this whole setup, once I get these rails in and I mount them to the skid, this whole thing will come out and go into the next truck, which next truck is going to be a mega cab long bed. I know that for a fact. We're no longer doing crew cabs, but now I'm going to have to push that down because I tightened that up. Now it wants to go up on this side, and for some reason I took that off. So next one, I already have the holes drilled, so I know where it's going to go. It just sucks because it's going to be up inside there, all cocked and whatnot. So would have been nice if this could have been a smidgen that way and that be a smidgen that way, but I need every inch that I can possibly get. So I might try to run right through here, but these two things here get in the way, so might clean them off. I don't know yet, and maybe we'll see if we find any more speed holes. All right, so I just decided that we're gonna grind down right there and just run it along the outside, because of the way that this is all custom and whatnot. I see you guys making welding beds, and I see guys cutting literally the back half of their frame off and this and that. So I really don't care when we go to move this to the new truck. I'll probably end up doing the same thing. I want to keep everything as consistent as possible. But you guys see, I can take that. Hopefully this works correctly, because it's one of those, like, I just reused this one. I probably shouldn't have, but I was like, fuck it. You know what? It's got more than one use in it, even though they do give you plenty. Come on. Yeah, it should. I might have fucked up there. Come on. Yeah, I might have fucked up. Yeah, I might not have drilled the hole big enough. We have all of the brackets on. And I'm not worried about the frame. Like, I drilled this hole a little bit bigger to bring the hole in here, and same with the other side. I'm not worried about it because, like I said, I'm never gonna sell this truck. It's gonna be a part out truck. So I'm not worried about any of the bullshit and this and that, like doing shit like this and whatnot. So we'll see if I ever snap the frame pulling those heavy bumper pulls, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna waste the money to go get another bed. I know on the next truck I'd like to have another one. I might just fix the rockers real quick just to make it look presentable, and then maybe like just cut this out. Not sure yet, but in the meantime, those are up in there. So the thing is, you're supposed to have them 22 inches apart. You can see here I was trying to bring these together. Also, these ratchet straps are absolute junk. I just needed a set in a hurry, and these things I already smashed one with a hammer because fuck that ratchet strap. And then I went to pull on one like that. Like, see how it got stuck on something? I went to pull on it and it did this. It grabbed this, and every one of those decided to go everywhere. So needless to say, I'm not having a fun night. But these are gonna be a little bit off. This one back here is straight, but that one up front is slightly off. I'm gonna loosen all of these. Like, you can see, that one's a smidgen under 22, and this one is a smidgen over 22. So once I get the fifth wheel to go over top of this, I'm gonna loosen everything up, put it in there, and then tighten everything back down so I know it's straight. And then we're gonna start welding it to the skid. I'm gonna get some extra material, but I do think that for what I need, that came out as good as it, possibly could. No idea. But I'm gonna put this toolbox back where it belongs. And you can see I've had some fatalities with these cheap straps too. And then this still opens. I could have come back a little bit more and like notched this, but if I come back more, it puts it inside the rail. So this is like just outside of the rail. And I'm gonna show you guys this one right here. Just getting that nut to thread was absolute hell. It wasn't a pain to tighten. It was just a pain to get in there, I had to reach up in here and shit. So that one was the worst. The rest of them weren't too bad. Like I said, grinding this down, which isn't a big deal. And yeah, so since we're gonna be doing, I know this weekend I gotta take this thing out to Indiana. We might have the potential to grab a fifth wheel. I'm gonna be doing the tire rotation, so I'm gonna put this up on jack stands. Bertha has unfortunately developed a rear main leak. I'd like to fix that seal leak, and then right there, that nice little coolant leak. I gotta figure out, and then also the full send diesel transmission lines. Every now and again, they decide to spring a leak. So while I'm in there, I'm gonna pull all of this off and tighten those up. I had them leak on a customer truck too the one time, so I had to have him come back and retighten them up, but they are just AN lines. I gotta figure out if the coolant leak, I really don't think, I'm pretty sure it's not the water pump. I'm pretty sure you guys see that bracket, right? Actually, you know what? I can show you guys. Let's do it on this motor, because this motor over here is gonna be easier to show you. So you guys see this whole bracket right here? It holds the pulley, the alternator, and basically the bottom water neck. There is an O-ring seal back behind this, and that is unfortunately what is leaking on Bertha. So I basically have to pull the AC compressor, which we are replacing it anyway. I know I'm not gonna fix it this trip. I gotta get all the AC stuff on order. So when we go to swap the compressor out, and put the new AC system in it, that's when we're gonna fix it. I would at least like to fix the transmission cooler, but yeah, you guys, this is normal on 3rd gens. They all do this, so I'd like to get a new one of those, new compressor and new piece back there. I am meeting a guy down in Virginia to go pick up a turbo at some point, and then I'm just waiting to go pick up the 2 injectors. But before I leave tonight, I've been here, I don't know, a good while. I definitely need to put that back. I want to get this light bar off. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but I also want to get the front up on jack stands so that I can move these wheels to the back, and then I just got to switch the tip-ems and whatnot. But I feel like this front end shake, I'm going to show you guys. Remember Fleet Pride did my wheels, and I don't know if any of those fell off, but I'm gonna get these wheels cleaned up as well. You know what? I might end up just getting the fender flares back on. I hate the fender flares, but for this truck, it would save me money to fix that. It's like, this is just a temporary truck in the meantime. We're definitely gonna keep an 06. I want a 6.7 swapped 06 with a built 48 RE is kind of the goal with a mega cab long bed, but let's get these wheels off. Now, one of the big downsides to TPMS is driving through mud and salt and snow. This is the first time years I've been dealing with TPMS. That one's good. This one decided to strip, and look at the end of the valve stem. So that means, yeah, I guess we should just get new valve stems, to be honest. Those are nice metal ones. That, I don't know if I'll be able to even get that back on there. I had to use a vice grip to get it off, and I mean, that should have been my first red flag, but kind of need to be able to get it off to put air in them. So I guess these two, we just won't have TPMS, because I don't want them to be wrong. So this is what it is. Slowly getting these wheels and tires off. I think I found the source of the vibration. I'm gonna show you guys. This was my front left wheel, and even though I took it to the car wash, you can't clean the inner wheel out. And there you go. Look at all that. It's kind of neat. So I definitely gonna have to clean all that mud off, but that should get rid of our vibration, because even after I fixed the U-joint, I thought the U-joint was my vibration issue. Turns out absolutely not. This side's fine. So we still have no play in the front end. You guys saying running spacers and all that will destroy your wheel bearings. It will over time, but it's not going to do it right away. So there you go. We have TPMS on that side, just not this side. So before I put these wheels and tires back on, definitely going to get this guy out of here and start messing with that. I'm actually pretty happy. I mean, that's a leak, but it's very small. I don't know if I'll be able to get up in there. Yeah, I won't. But the transmission lines, they didn't start leaking until I did the radiator, and the fog light. Definitely need to fix the fog light wiring. Somebody rigged the shit out of that, so I will take care of that as well. So, all right, so there it was this back one right here. I don't know if I can get the camera in there. Yeah, definitely cannot get the camera in there, but it is one of those back ones right there. So I tightened everything up. Hopefully that's the leak, because you can see if you follow that up, it's right there. I know there's a little bit from the power steering overflow, but that wasn't, the power steering does not leak on this truck. Just, that is tranny fluid. Doesn't look like it, but it's tranny fluid. Also, here's the air horns from I can't even remember where I got, Horn Blasters. I bought them. It's alright. You know, it's not bad, but other than that, I am on to the next thing. We're gonna get the, where is it? I wanna get that little grease zerk in there and fill these things with grease. Alright, that's about where we're at. Let me grab my Milwaukee light. I went and greased everything up. That's all brake clean down there. So all the old stuff out, put new stuff in. This side especially, made sure to turn the wheels both ways so I could get the ball joints. You see all the old shit grease coming out. Unfortunately, The U-joint on this side wants to fight me, and I cannot for the life of me get any grease into it. So, don't know what the deal is there, but everything else took except the steering stabilizer, that aftermarket part. That wouldn't take either. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back in here. I'll move that tomorrow. I'm not worried about it tonight. Next video you guys are gonna see is between the Dakota and this engine. So this thing's basically ready to stab. I thought I was gonna get something done with it tonight. I did not. So what we're gonna do is, now that the front main will be here today, so all I really have to do is throw the front main on, throw the turbo on, and pretty much do the oil pan, and then she's ready to go. So I'm gonna go home, get me a shower. The weather has been like awful all day, and then out of nowhere it's been really nice tonight. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Also, if you guys are traveling on the road, get yourself a set of these things. This is what I put in the U-joint, but for some reason it doesn't want to take. I don't know if it's because of this or what, but it keeps spitting it out the sides rather than actually taking it inside the U-joint. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. Maybe I just have to switch the end. Not a big deal, but that should get rid of the transmission leak. And I'm gonna try to get a seal tomorrow for the rear drive shaft. So now that the U-joint is fixed, maybe that was the problem all along, maybe not. But we also have Josh's truck coming in. He's got a shitload of stuff. If you guys are interested in hotshot content, go over to Josh's channel and subscribe if you can find it. I know I posted it somewhere before. Maybe I'll post it again. If you guys want to ask, just comment down below if you want to see Josh's channel. But he is planning on taking Little Red out on hotshot ventures. I told him it's not the greatest idea in the world, being that it's a mid-level horsepower 12 valve, but he's adamant on it, and he wants to run. So if you guys want to see that, comment down below, and I'll send you over his channel. But other than that, I'm done for the night. I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you guys. See ya.